Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about pain and in particular my experience as an athletic trainer with pain. So typically as an athletic trainer I only see people who are in pain. No one walks into the athletic training room asking for me if they're not in pain. Usually it's, I injured this hurts, what can you do to help? So as an athletic trainer I feel that it's really important to know what pain is and how to explain it to an athlete, educate them, and help get them out of it. But it's hard to take people out of pain if you yourself don't truly understand what it is. What is pain? It is an unpleasant sensation or emotional experience caused by actual or potential tissue damage. It can also be defined as some sort of physical suffering or discomfort experienced by someone caused by either an illness or an injury. It's different for everyone. People are going to have different perceptions of pain, and as a healthcare professional, you have to understand that. Two people might walk into the athletic training room, same injury, same mechanism. Let's say they sprain their ankle. One of them could be an 8 out of 10 pain, one of them could be a 3 out of 10 pain. But it is important to know that people are going to perceive pain in different ways. Bottom line, I think we all know this, but pain is not fun. It's annoying, and it keeps us doing the things that we really want to do. And for an athlete to come in that's having pain, obviously, if they're coming to see me, that pain is so much so that it is inhibiting their performance in their sport. And so it is up to me to try to educate them about pain and get them out of that pain so they can get back to what they want to do and be doing it well without having to worry about other sorts of stimuluses getting in the way. The types of pain that I typically deal with in general would be acute pain or chronic pain, and it is crucial to understand how acute and chronic pain work in terms of the level of the nervous system and the brain. So acute pain is normally someone either rolls their ankle, gets tackled super hard, lands on their shoulder. They get some sort of stimulus on their body that eventually gets translated as painful. And so there are A delta nerve fibers that get stimulated in that area, that specific area that got hurt. And those electrical signals travel to the spinal cord to be processed in the dorsal horn, and then eventually those make it up to the brain, or the thalamus more specifically in the brain, and then a message is interpreted in the brain and it goes down back to where it was, and that can be a motor output such as pulling your body away from whatever the damage was, or the thing that caused damage, or grabbing it. But bottom line, your brain sends back down a signal that is interpreted as that pain that you feel. Mainly with acute pain, I mean, you take them out, you evaluate the injury, see what the damage is, and depending on what it is, you can either put them back out to play and look at them later, or take them out immediately. There's all sorts of ways that you can deal with acute pain the instance it happens, but you're still going to be seeing that athlete 2-3 days, weeks after the injury, and they're probably going to still be in pain. You have to know how to manage that. The other type of pain would be chronic pain, and the type of pain that is still felt a month, 3 months, 6 months down the road from an injury. And sometimes people get injured and they go through all the rehab, everything they need to do. Sometimes instances they get x-rays or MRIs and it shows that everything is healed and everything is good, yet that athlete or patient is still telling you that they have pain. And so the way that chronic pain works is the same as acute pain, but even after all the tissues have healed, for some reason your brain still keeps getting those messages from the A delta fibers and the C fibers that they're in pain. And so it's important to know why that is. That way you can go in and try to help the athlete manage that and get that stimulus out of the way. When trying to understand pain, it's important to know some of the theories behind pain, and there's a ton out there. I'm not going to talk about every single one of them, But there is one in particular that I want to touch on, and that is the classic gate control theory. So basically, in a nutshell, the gate control theory says that through that dorsal horn of the spinal cord, there can be only one stimulus that passes through it at a time. And so in order to manage someone's pain, if those A delta fibers or those C fibers are sending signals up to the spinal cord through that dorsal horn to the brain, you have to find a way to override that or block that signal, and so that dorsal horn becomes that quote-unquote gate. And so there's tons of ways you can do it. One of the classic ways is electrical stimulation. So the people that came up with the gate control theory kind of co-invented basically the stimulation of the electricity on the skin or wherever the injury was blocked those A delta fibers and C fibers from sending messages on the spinal cord. So it took the feeling of pain away from some of those patients or athletes or whoever it may be that's getting the treatment. The gate control theory, I think, is definitely one of the better theories out there, but it still doesn't explain why, even if there is no longer quote-unquote a outside stimulus affecting the nervous system, why some people still have pain, and that kind of goes into the chronic pain theories. One thing that I've really been trying to study up on and learn more about is the role of neuroplasticity and brain mapping. Neuroplasticity is basically the idea that the brain is constantly undergoing changes. It doesn't stay the same. Depending on your experiences you have, the brain changes how you interpret things, and it's always changing. So in the instance of an injury, if you get injured, your brain, instead of being comfortable with that ankle or that shoulder, instantly now that brain is changing to, my ankle is now painful or my shoulder is now painful. And because of those plastic changes, new brain maps get made, and brain maps are basically playing off the neuroplasticity as the new experiences that your body takes in. And so in your brain now, the experience you have feeling your ankle, feeling your shoulder, whatever, gets changed and mixed up, and a different map occurs to where that map now says, hey, guess what, your ankle's going to be painful, your shoulder's going to be painful. When it comes to pain and the athletic trainer treating it, you have to figure out ways to rewrite that brain map to help someone get out of that pain, whether it be acute or chronic pain. Chronic pain is where you're going to really have to learn how to rewrite those brain maps. So that was just a general overview of pain. There's a lot more I could have hit on. There's a lot more I could have talked about. But I feel that those are probably the most important things as an athletic trainer to know about pain. In the next videos, I'll explain some things of how you can eliminate people's pain, just understanding it and using some of these techniques, philosophies, theories to your advantage. So I'm looking forward to making that video. It'll be fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and thank you so much for watching.